Okay, morning girls. Today we are going to start chapter 7, which is coordinate geometry. Okay, in this chapter we have 7.1 divisor of a line segment. 7.2 will be parallel lines and perpendicular lines. 7.3 will be area of polygons. Lastly, we have 7.4, which is equation of loci. Okay, so today we'll start with 7.1. So AB is a line segment. So if we are asked to find the ratio of AP is to PB. Okay, so this portion is given on a line. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we have 2. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lastly we have 1 here. So AP is to PB will be, so we look at AP, it is 4. So 4 is to PB will be, from P to B we have 2 plus 5 plus 1, which is 8. So if we simplify, we can get 1 is to 2. So ratio also can be written as AP is over PB, okay, upon PB. So if this is given, then we will write AP is 1 portion and PB is 2. So this is in fraction form. Okay, and from this fraction form also we can write, when we have cross multiplication, we can write 2AP is equals to 1 times PB, which is 1 PB. So actually we are doing cross multiplication. Okay, that's why we can get this. Okay, let's say we look at Q. So if it is AQ is to QB, right? So AQ is 6, so it is equals to 6 is to QB 5 plus 1, which is 6. So this is actually 1 is to 1. So 1 is to 1 show that Q is the midpoint of AP. Okay? If we write in a fraction form, AQ will be upon QB, which is 1. Okay? So if we bring QB over, you will get AQ equals to 1 times QB. So it is AQ equals to QB. So this is regarding divisor of the ratio of the line segment. Okay, we move on. Okay, from these 2 points, A and B is the line segment, and our coordinate P is the point between A and B. So how to derive the formula to get a coordinate of X? Okay, so we were finding the coordinate of X actually. So this coordinate of X belongs to the P. So P is a point between A and B, is on the line segment of AB. So we look at this portion, the ratio CD is actually the length of from here to G. It is same length of this one. So what is the distance? Is actually we can get from here, which is X. This is X and this is X1. So we will get X minus X1. And for DE actually is from X2, because this is X2. So X2 minus X. So X minus X1, which is CD, and DE will be x2 minus x. So the ratio is same as AP is to PB. So it is, let's say M and N here, so it is M over N. So once we cross multiplication, you will get N over here and M over here. Then we gather the like terms which are X and X. So we bring M minus MX over here, we will get positive MX, and negative NX1 over here will be positive NX1. So finally, we can get the coordinate of X is in this form. Okay, nx1 plus mx2 over m plus n. So it is actually x1, when we want to find the coordinate of x, it is x1 multiplied with the opposite ratio, which is n. And when deal with the x2, it is multiplied with the ratio m. Okay, so the summation of these two over m plus n, which is the summation of the ratio. Okay, so same thing goes to the y, coordinate of y in p. So you will get the same method, which is coordinate of y, we will use y1 multiply with the opposite ratio. So that's why we have n y1 plus y2 multiplied with the opposite ratio, which is m y2, then divide by the summation of the ratio, which is m plus n. Okay, so this is a definition of divisor of a line segment. A line segment is a part of a straight line with two endpoints with specific length of distance. So any point dividing the segment is in a particular ratio, this is what we have discussed just now, is known as the internal point. Okay, so this is what mentioned. AB is the line segment and the ratio, let's say P is in the ratio M and N here. So this is the internal point. P is the internal point. If P is out of AB, let's say here is our P, then it is external point. Okay. Okay, the position of point P on a line segment AB divides the segment in the ratio M is to N. Okay, so we are making a conclusion from the previous slide, and this is the diagram on the Cartesian plane, and this is the final formula, which is finding the P coordinate of X and the y using the formula. Okay, now we look at self-practice 7.2. I will discuss two questions with you. Okay, so what you need to do is you draw the straight line. Okay, so A is positive and B is negative 7 and 2, so the A will be somewhere here, so we sketch the question only. Okay, B negative 7 is somewhere at the left hand side. Okay, in the ratio 3 is 2, so this 3 is referring to the A, respect to A, so AP will be further from A, okay, further, so P will be here. Okay, so means that AP is 3 and BP will be 2. So this is the ratio. So how to apply the formula? So we are going to find what is P. Okay, P, this is the point P. So P will be X and Y. So we can start with X using the formula. So we start with negative 7. This is our first X and this is the second X. So negative 7 will be multiplying with the opposite ratio, okay, plus second x multiply with the opposite ratio, which is 2. So divide by 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, whichever will give us the same answer. So you will check what is your answer here. Negative 21 plus 6. So you will get negative 15 over 5. You get negative 3 for your x. Okay, same thing goes to y now. So y, I cross, this is the first y and this is the second y. Okay, so we are finding the y of the point P. So we are start with 2. So 2 multiply with the opposite ratio. So 2 multiply with 3 plus the second y will be 7 multiply with the opposite ratio, which is 2. So divide by 5. Okay, because 3 plus 2 is 5. So the answer will be 20 over 5, which is 4. So the coordinate of P will be negative 3, 4. Okay. Okay, now we look at B. Question B. So what shall you do for the question is, we sketch the diagram. Okay, the straight line is A, negative, negative. So A is at our left hand side. So this is A, negative 4, negative 1. And B is 2, 5. Okay, the ratio given here. Okay, I copy it. 2AP is to PB. Okay, from here, we need to get the ratio easily when this form is very difficult to get. What is the P, where it lies actually? So we can express in fraction form. So I bring PB over. So this one will be 1, correct? 1 times PB actually. So 1 is here actually. So 1, then 2 bring over will be 1 over 2. So AP actually is 1 portion and PB is 2 portion. So P is closer to A. So P is nearer to A. So because this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, use this one. This is 1 and this is 2. So our M is 1, our N will be 2. So now we find what is the coordinate of P, because the question said find the coordinates of point P. Okay, so our question is to find what is the point P. Okay, so we start with X. So when we start with X, the first X is here and the second X is here. So negative 4 is our first X, multiply with the opposite one. Remember, opposite ratio. So multiply with 2 plus the second X is 2, multiply with opposite one, which is 1. Then our ratio is 1 plus 2. Okay, so negative 8 plus 2, negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 3, you will get negative 2. Okay. So same way to y. So y, we will look at this y, first y and the second y. So negative 1 is our first y. We will start with negative 1, multiply with 2, plus the second y is 5, multiply with 1. Okay, so all divide by 1 plus 2 as well, it is 3. So negative 2 plus 5, which is 3, 3 over 3, which is 1. So our coordinates of P will be negative 2 and 1. Okay, now we move on to question number 2. Okay, now question number 2 also we will use the same formula. Okay, so this is the formula for X and Y. Okay, point R, which is PT. So this point R is given P and T. So meaning that this is our coordinate of X and this is the coordinate of Y. Okay, divides the line segment joining this. A, 2H and H, PB is 2P, 3T. In the ratio 2 is to 3. Okay, we simply sketch a straight line. So this is A, 2H and H. And B, 2P and 3T. Okay, in the ratio 2 is to 3 means R is nearer to A. Okay, so R is given 2 is to 3. So this R actually is given PT. Okay, what's the question? Express P in terms of T. So we want P as a subject. Okay, P as a subject, and we have T as a part of the answers. Okay, now we use the same formula actually. So we will start with R, which is X. X equals to P. So we use X first. So we use this formula X. So we start with X, the first X, and this is the second X. So I start with the 2H. 2H multiplied with 3 plus 2P second X multiplied with 2. Okay, all divided by 2 plus 3 will be 5. So this X is given because it is actually coordinate of R. So this is equals to P. So the question asks about P in terms of T, but we don't have T here. Okay, that's why T will be applied in coordinate Y, because we have 3T or T in the coordinate Y. So we simplify here, we get 6H plus 4P, bring this P over 5, divide becomes times will be 5P. Okay, so I bring this positive 4P over, you will get 6H equals to 5P minus 4P becomes 1P. So H is equals to P over 6. Okay, since we don't have H here, we don't want H, we want to eliminate H later on. Okay, so now I continue with Y. Okay, so Y, the first coordinate Y is H. So H multiplied with the opposite ratio, which is 3, plus the second one is 3T. So 3T multiplied with 2. Okay, then all divided by 2 plus 3, which is 5. So equals to the coordinate of Y. So this coordinate of Y actually is T. Okay, so we simplify, we get 3H plus 6T, then this one bring over will be 5T. Okay, so our subject is P. Okay, now this is H because we have H here. So this H need to substitute with this H. Okay, so we substitute P over 6. Okay, so 3 times P over 6. P over 6 already substituted in H. Plus 60. Okay, this one we can bring 60 over right hand side. We get 5T minus 60, which is negative T. Okay, so we can simplify here. This is 1, this is 2. So P will be equals to 2 bring over will be multiplied. That's why P equals to negative 2T. So this is what means by express P in terms of T. And question number 3 here is quite easy. I want you to try out by yourself. and we move on to question number 4. Okay, so question number 4, I will show you question A. So point P divides the line segment joining the point A and B in the ratio AP is to PB. Okay, find the ratio. Okay, this is our first question. Find the ratio. Okay, so first we need to find AP is to PB. This is first question, and the value of K for each of the following. So what is the value of K? So we have two questions. So we look at question number A. Okay, I simply sketch a straight line in order you can understand well from the diagram. This is A, this is B, -5, 10. So P is divides this into this ratio, but we don't know how. We just simply state P here. Okay, so P is between AB, say -1 and 2. Okay, so from here we need to find the ratio. So we just define M here and the N here. Okay, so use the same formula. Okay, what is the formula just now? Okay, this is the one. So we are using the same formula. So we start with X. So this is your first X, this is your second X, and this is the answer of the X. Okay, so we form with the first one, X, 1 times N. 1 multiplied with the opposite one, so X will be equals to 1 times X, which is 1 times N, the first X times N, plus second X is -5, -5 times M, -5 times N. Okay, divide by M plus N. Okay, but we are given the X value, so it is actually equals to -1. Okay, now we simplify, we get N minus 5M, then M plus N bring over, it will become -1 times M, -1 times, and we will get -N. Okay, now we rearrange. Okay, I bring 5M over and -N over here, so N plus N, I will get 2N, and 5M minus N, you have 4M. Okay, so M over N, I bring N over now, so it is 2 over 4. Okay, from here, M over N is 1 over 2. So since the question asks about AP is to PB, so we rewrite AP is to PB, actually is equals to, okay, AP is M, so M is 1, so 1 is 2, PB is N, so N is 2, so we obtain the first answer. Okay, now where is the K? Okay, look at coordinate Y. K is the first K, then second K is 10, and the answer of K, second Y is 10, and the answer of Y is actually 2. And we already obtained the value of M and N, so we can state here this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, so we use the coordinate Y now. So I continue, Y equals to, first Y is K, K times 2, okay, K times 2 plus 10 times 1, okay, and divide by 1 plus 2, which is 3, equals to, what is the value of Y? Actually is 2, because it's given in P, so this is equals to 2. So we can solve the linear equation to find the value of K. So we simplify this, we'll get 2K plus 10 equals to 3 times 2 will be 6. So 2k will be 6 minus 10, negative 4. Then k will be negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2. Okay, we move on. I will discuss one more question with you, which is self-practice 7.3. So what you need to copy for the question is the diagram. Okay, you copy this diagram. So duckling is up to you lah, no need also can. What is important is the coordinate of h and the k. Okay, so this is given in the question, and the two ducklings walk towards each other with different velocities and meet at point L. So means that this K is moving downwards here, and this one is moving towards this direction. So one is this way and one is that way. So if we join the point, we'll get a straight line. So L will be on the straight line of HK. Okay, so you are given the information, the velocity of duckling H. This H is twice. So means that this H is moving faster, 2 times, because twice the velocity of ducklings. Means L will be further from H because H is moving faster than K. So I simply put an L here, then we know this one is actually faster 2 times. So this is 2 and this is 1. Okay, so HL is 2 and LK is 1 portion. So what is the question? State the ratio of HL is to LK. So A, we are going to find HL is to LK. Okay. B, find the distance of this. Okay, B, we want to find the distance duckling K from the original position. So from K. Okay, when meets duckling H. So they are meeting at point L. So means that we are finding the distance from K, the original position, to L. So distance of KL. Second question. Okay, we look at first one, A. So from the line segment itself, just now we already labeled because twice the velocity. That's why HL will be 2 in 2 portion. So it is actually 2 is to 1. Okay, so settle question A and find the distance now. Okay, we are going to find the distance of KL. Okay, so we call the formula of distance of 2 points. So now we are given 2 points, which is KL. So the formula of distance of KL is, using the Pythagoras, we will obtain this. So square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. Okay, so we need 2 points, which is K and L. So K we already given, which is 6 and 10. So we need to find what is the L, because we don't have the L. So we are still using the formula, the same formula. This is the one. So we start with x. So the x is of L. So we will start with the first x, and negative 3 multiply with the opposite one. Okay, negative 3 multiply with 1 plus the second x, which is 6, will be multiplying with the opposite ratio, which is 2. So divide by 2 plus 1, which is 3. So from here we get the coordinate of x. So the answer of this will be 12 minus 3, which is 9 over 3, we get 3. Okay, so same formula goes to y. So we look at the first y, it is -2. So -2 multiplied with the opposite ratio plus the second one is 10 times with 2 and divide by 3. So 20 minus 2 will be 18 over 3, which is 6. So actually our coordinate of L is 3, 6. Okay, so K is 6, 10 and L is 3, 6. So we are asked to find the distance KL. We can write this way, KL equals to, so we start with the square root, x minus x. Okay, you see when teacher arrange this way is easier, x minus x. So 6 minus 3 all squared, and then plus we use the formula of distance, so 10 minus 6 y minus y. Okay, the same y, the first one, the same x here, correct? So we start with the same one, which is 10 minus 6 over 2. Okay, so this will give us 3 squared plus 4 squared. So 9 plus 16, it is a very common Pythagoras theorem. We'll get square root of 25 and we'll get actually which is 5 units, since this is the distance. So we have solved the problem. So for today's homework will be SP 7.2 and SP 7.3. Whichever already solved, no need to redo. You just do the remainder. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you, girls. Have a nice day.